Hi guys. So if you feel it in your heart and you think you would like to support my channel, go check out the Patreon page down below. Have a wonderful meditation. Thank you.
Are we ready to meditate with Cory? Are you ready to have some fun before you go to sleep? I have a very cool story to share with you today. The story involves a little boy called Stephen, a place called Easter Island, and a very cool adventure. So you know the routine. If you're one of my little friends that listens every night, hi guys. If you're new to meditation with Cory, then hop up into bed. Make sure you're completely comfortable, so lay in your favorite position. Make sure your pillows are just right, your covers are just right, the lights are just right, and everything feels good in your bedroom. Try and lay as still as you can while you listen, because that helps your body to start to relax. As you prepare yourself for the meditation part of tonight's story. Okay. Stephen was 10. He was on spring break and he was so bored. Oh my goodness, he was bored. His mom and dad did not let him play video games all day, which is what he wanted to do. They wanted Stephen to do outdoor activities, to be in nature, to go for walks or go for hikes or be with the family, take the dogs out for walks. All of the things Stephen didn't want to do. He wanted to play on his video games, and that was it. He wanted them to leave him alone, eat when he needed to eat, and of course have his mum make his lunch and his breakfast and his dinner, because he was too busy on his video games to do any of that stuff. So Stephen was bored because he kept being made to go outside and do things outside. He was even made to garden. He was not impressed. But listen to what happened. His dad ordered a new lawnmower. The lawnmower came halfway through the second week of spring break. The lawnmower came in a very, very big box. His dad had a cool idea. Why don't you make something with the box? That'll give you something to do outside, instead of wanting to be inside all the time. It's lovely at the moment. It's sunny, it's a nice day every day here. Come on, son, use your imagination. That's what Stephen's dad said. Stephen was, again, not very happy and not very impressed. He kind of just went, but his choices were be bored outside watching his dad do gardening things and put the new lawnmower together, or do something with the box. He went with doing something with the box. He went actually all the way out to do something with the box. He got his paints out. Stephen was a very good drawer and a very good painter. He decided, with a little bit of tape and a lot of imagination, to make the box into a boat, a ship. He drew on the sides of the box. He cut shapes. He painted the ship with cool colors. He even took one of his old t-shirts and put it on a stick and had the stick as part of the ship, so it looked like a mast with a flag flying. He went all out. He did a really, really good job at his ship. And the box was so big that he could probably invite another person or two into the box with him, as if they were going on a journey, sailing on the ocean, going somewhere very special in their minds, if he wanted to. But Stephen had another plan. He was going solo. He got so into painting the box and drawing the box and making the box into a ship that he'd started to let his imagination flow. His imagination started to come to life. His imagination started to become something that was real. All he did was sit inside the box, close his eyes, and before you know it, he was Captain Steve, sailing out in the ocean, in the middle of nowhere, in the deep blue seas. In his mind, in his imagination, he had a whole crew of people doing different things on that ship. There were people cleaning the ship, people working down underneath the ship, making sure it ran smoothly. There were all different types of people on the ship, but he was the captain. He was the leader of all of those people. He was the one in charge of the destination and where they were traveling all over the world. And they traveled, my friends, all over the world. And everywhere Steve, the captain of the ship, stayed for a few days, he discovered wealths, trinkets, all different items on different islands that he brought back onto the ship with the intent of selling them on eBay so he could buy new games for his Playbox, his Xbox, should I say. He was like an entrepreneur out on the ocean. He knew what he wanted. He was a businessman. Everything he saw, he thought, could I sell that? Would people buy that? Yes, of course they'd buy those coconuts. People can make bowls out of coconut shells. I'll take 100, and he would make the crew on the ship gather all the coconut shells that were just there on the island on the beach where they stopped for whatever reason. He just went with his imagination, went with his intuition, and led that ship all over the world. One day, he heard a voice shouting, "Stowaways! Stowaways! Imposters on the ship!" He shouted down below and said, "Bring those imposters to the surface of this boat right now. Let me face them. Who dares to come aboard my ship without my permission?" One of the men from down below brought up 2 skunks. Yes, you heard me, skunks. And both of them were shaking in their boots, very scared that they'd been discovered on board of Steve's ship. They were so scared that any moment they could squirt. And if they squirted their scent, the whole ship would reek of skunk. All of Steve's merchandise would reek of skunk. Stephen knew this and said very calmly, "I understand that you're stowaways on my ship. There will be no harmful consequences. You're welcome on my boat as long as you don't squirt your scent here, there, and everywhere, as that would be very damaging to the profits I expect to make on eBay." Both of the little skunks kind of nodded and shook their heads like, yes, okay. We won't squirt. "Aha," Captain Steve said, "unless your squirting comes to good use. I heard one time that when a skunk squirts on anything, silver or metal, or anything that's rusted, it's like a cleaning action, and it all starts to become clean and shiny and brand new again. Is this true?" The skunks kind of, yes, it's true. "Aha," said Captain Steve. "In that case, you two have a job. Down below is a box of very old silver knives, forks, spoons, ladles that I've collected along my way at all the different ports and stops we've made so far on our journey. You will squirt your scent all over the old rusty looking silver and make it brand new, will you not?" Yes. Yep, we can do that. "And for that, I will feed you, I will keep you safe, and you can stay aboard the ship the whole journey if you choose." "Oh, okay, thanks. Thank you. And they were took down below. And down below, they were instantly put to work, cleaning the silver. It was a bit smelly down there from then on, but it was worth it because Captain Steve knew he could make more money with shiny, bright, brand new looking silver on eBay than he could with old, rusty, tainted silver. He was going to call the skunks Spick and Span, because that's what they did. They made everything down there spick and span. They were very, very useful to the crew. But moving on with the story. Up ahead, as Captain Steve stood at the top, the very tip of the boat, he had his binoculars so he could see into the ocean, into the far distance. He saw an island. "We're approaching an island, crew! Prepare yourselves! I feel good about this island. This island is going to have lots and lots of things for me to sell on eBay." The crew all got working, all scurrying all over the place, getting into their positions, into their lines of work to do what they needed to do to bring the ship up to shore so that they could all get off and go explore the island to find what goods, what treasures they could find for Captain Steve's new Xbox games. Now, the first thing that they ran into was an empty beach. Nothing. No one was there. There was trees all over the island. It looked like a jungle. Go forth and explore, everyone. Make the sound that you know what to make if you find something you think is a treasure. The sound was caw-caw, caw-caw. Everybody started to walk in towards the trees, into the jungle. Very shortly, he heard caw-caw, caw-caw. Everyone went to the noise and where they heard the noise. And there, on the island, standing very calmly, actually quite confidently, with one of his hands on his hip, was a rabbit. A big rabbit. A tall rabbit. A rabbit that said, "Hi, my name's Pippins. This is Easter Island. Why are you all on Easter Island? What are you doing here? This is my island. This is Easter Island. My name's Pippins. I'm a rabbit. You could say I'm the Easter Bunny." "Oh," said Captain Steve. "Well, hello, Easter Bunny. Would it be okay if we looked around your island? Would it be okay if we found things on your island that could possibly be treasure? And would it be okay if we took those items, per se, to sell on eBay for games for my Xbox?" Pippins scratched at his chin in thought. "I don't know about that. I have quite a business going here, you know. Let me show you." He walked the whole crew through trees that looked like you would never get through the trees. It was like a secret passage that only Pippins would have ever found. They seemed to be bustling and tripping and falling and being scratched by branches and, you know, everything just hitting them in the face. And it seemed like for a very long time until the trees opened up into a ginormous space. And in that ginormous space were chickens. Lots of chickens. I would say hundreds and hundreds of chickens. Actually, there were hens. They were female chickens. And they were all laying chocolate eggs. They were laying Easter eggs. "Wow," said Captain Steve, "you have got quite a business going here. Are you telling me this is where all the chocolate eggs come from for Easter?" "Yes," said Pippins. "This, my friend, is Easter Island. This, my friend, are my chickens. This, my friend, are no ordinary chickens. They're magic chickens. They're magic because whatever I feed them creates a certain type of egg. For example, there was one time I fed all of these chickens fish because there's a lot of fish around this island. Was not a good idea. Fishy eggs do not taste very nice at all, let me tell you. I moved on. I fed them spaghetti, thinking I like spaghetti. I'm sure they'll like spaghetti. I bet eggs that taste like spaghetti are great. Not a good idea. The eggs came out wobbly, stringy. They actually looked like spaghetti. It did not work. Then I came across the cacao tree. The cacao tree is where chocolate pods grow off the trees. Those cacao pods are heaven. Heaven made by nature. I fed the cacao pods and the seeds to the chickens, and the chickens made the cacao, the chocolate in its raw form, into chocolate Easter eggs. Now, Captain Steve, how cool is that? Well, said Captain Steve, I'm absolutely flabbergasted. And at this point, I see that if I interrupt in your process and how the whole world receives Easter eggs, then I could potentially cause an epidemic, a disaster that would affect the whole world. I do like my video games, and I do like to sell things on eBay, but this time I will pass, because I see, Pippins, that your business here, your whole venture here on Easter Island is much more important, much more important for all the children all over the world when it comes to Easter, to get their Easter eggs, is it not? Pippin said, well, yes. I'm glad we see eye to eye. I'm glad we understand each other, Captain Steve. You're welcome to my coconuts. You're welcome to the fish. There's some very cool driftwood on the beach. You may make money on eBay with that. But as far as my hens go, you leave them up to me, okay? Roger that, said Steve. The crew collected driftwood off the beach, got what they could scavenge off the island, and said their goodbyes to Pippins, the Easter Bunny, on Easter Island, with his chickens that made Easter eggs. The ship pulled away, and the island got smaller and smaller and smaller. Stephen sneezed, opened his eyes, and found himself back in his garden, sitting in a boat that was made from a giant cardboard box. And he thought, wow, that was pretty cool. Actually, that was cooler than my Xbox. That was cooler than the PlayStations. That was cooler than any video game I've ever played. And that was living inside of my head. Now, how cool is that? Okay, my little friend, story time over. You know the drill. Time to relax now. I'd like you to close your eyes if you haven't done so already. Tonight's dreams can be filled with ginormous, all different shapes, all different size, colours, Easter eggs. Chocolate eggs. Chocolate eggs filled with candy, chocolate eggs filled with honeycomb, chocolate eggs filled with caramel. You can dream of mini eggs, you can dream of chocolate bunnies, you can dream of all things good in the world made from chocolate. And now you know that chocolate actually is cacao, and cacao is from trees. Cacao comes from a pod in its natural form. How cool is that? Maybe your Easter egg will even come from one of Pippin's chickens. Keep your eyes closed. Let your body start to relax even more. Relax your face. Start to lengthen your breath, so you take nice, deep, long, slow breaths to help to relax your body. You can maybe make a sigh. Let your shoulders and your chest and your tummy relax into your bed. Your hips and your legs, your feet, your knees, relax into your bed. Just let everything start to get really heavy. Notice how your body already feels sleepy. Your shoulders, your arms, your elbows, your wrists, your fingertips are all heavy and sleepy. Imagine your bones, your blood, your muscles, all of the cells in your body just relaxing and letting go of any tension. Feels really nice to just let your whole body sink deeper and deeper into your bed. From your head all the way to your toes, everything is heavy and sleepy and completely relaxed now. Each one of the single hairs on your head, the tiny little follicles, each hair all of your scalp. Everything is relaxed. Your nose, your ears, your eyes, your lips, your tongue, your cheeks. Everything relaxed. Your mind is relaxing, your brain is slowing down and relaxing. Your heart is slowing down and becoming more peaceful. Your lungs are slowing down so your breathing is shallow and slow and relaxed. Feels really nice to start to fall